Hello, Grace teachers. Carrie Gazins here from Tech Integration. I am here to introduce you to some of your new equipment that you received over the summer. You, first of all, should have an area in the building where your box was left with equipment in it. And in that box, we have added some new pieces for you, taken out some old pieces, and we also should have a monitor sitting there for you outside the box that is marked with your grade level for you. So the first thing you need to do is locate those things. So first of all, this is your new monitor. These are for actually any of you who have one of the Lenovo ThinkBook flips. You got to remember it's the yoga one, the one that flips. That is what these pieces were purchased for. If you have a different type of Lenovo laptop or an older version, you are not receiving this equipment. However, there is equipment now that we can give to you that will do similar things than this. But the funding that was given was to match the new Lenovo ThinkBook Yogas. So this is for those people. If you are someone who has a different device, you are welcome to put in a help desk request asking for some additional equipment, and we will work on looking into what we can provide for you. Okay? So if you have that ThinkBook Lenovo Yoga, you should have a monitor. It is a 22-inch monitor. It will be sitting look just like this. It does not have any cords attached to it. It is just sitting, and it should have a tag somewhere on the bottom base that says a grade level or a middle school, possibly if there's multiple middle school teachers. We did not indicate exactly who they were for, but that there should be one for each of you. And if you happen to be a special that has that, it should have the special subject on it: art, music, FIAD, those kind of things. So this is your 22-inch monitor. Like I said, it looks like this. What you will notice on the back of it is there is an asset tag here that has a number. It is an A100 something number. That number is important for you. There is a Google form that we're asking you to fill out about all of your new equipment. We want to know who has which piece. So they are all labeled. So we have them inventoried, and we want to match those inventories up. So one of the things you're going to need is that number off of that label. All right. The other equipment also has that. So you want to look for a monitor with a label on it that belongs to you. That goes with you. Inside of your box, if you have a box down there with your name on it or with the name of the teacher you are replacing or subject area, that kind of stuff, that is your box. If for some reason you did not have a box and we didn't have enough boxes for everything, but you are scheduled to get one, you will find the monitor with the other equipment laying next to it for you to grab also. Inside your box, if you have a box, you will find 3 items. The first one is a power strip. We purchased brand new power strips to try to help keep our equipment working in working condition, to keep it from having any kind of issues happen if we have a storm or any kind of electrical issues. It is a power surge protector, so you need to make sure that you turn it on when you plug it in, so you get the green lights here. And it is protecting you when you plug it in, so that you will not have issues. Okay. You have also another tag on this one that tells you that it belongs to Grace. It was funded by Eanes funding, and it has a very small X100 something label on it. You're going to also need that number off of your power strip when you fill out that Google form. So this is meant for you to plug in things like your TV or your view board that you're going to be using in your classroom, along with your monitor, along with your power cord for your laptop. You want to plug all of those things in here so that they are surge protected. They're in the best kind of place. You can find some place. It has a 6-foot cord on it. I know that's not as long as we would all love, and that sometimes our desks get placed in weird spots, but if you can use that and make that happen, that would be the best for you. That's why we provided that. The second thing you will find in your box is a small silver-colored rectangular device with a USB-C connection on the end of it. This is called a docking station. Those of you who have had docking stations in the past, you know a docking station can also be a very large piece that sits on your desk and your laptop fits right into it. These are portable docking stations. What a docking station does is allows you to plug in one place into your laptop, but have multiple things plugged into it, such as a monitor, a mouse, a additional piece like a DVD player, a webcam, a document camera, all kinds of different things. There are, I believe, 11 different plugins. You can see there's USBs. There are also places for those of us who still have the old cameras and the little chips that come out of the cameras. It has a place that if you do have an Ethernet hookup in your room, and you don't want to use the wireless, you can do that. However, your computers are all hooked up to wireless. It has the old monitor ends, the VGA ends, so anything that has a VGA end. There are 2 HDMI hookups here, another USB, and 2 USB-Cs. One of the USB-Cs has a little symbol that looks like a plug. That is what you will plug in your actual laptop charger. So that's for putting your charger from your laptop into it. That way you don't have to plug it directly into your computer, or into your laptop. Every time that you plug this docking station in, it will charge. So you have to remember to do that every time. You just have it put in here, plug in one piece into your laptop. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to get up and go with your laptop, to use it wherever it is that you need in your classroom, whatever you want to do with it. You only have one place. If you have been using multiple ports in your actual laptop, you know that the HDMI connection is sometimes very difficult to plug in and pull back out. We are trying to protect those, but also make your life a lot easier, that you don't have to remember to plug in your charger. You don't have to remember to plug in your monitor or your mouse or any of that kind of stuff. So that's a docking station. You've got a power strip, a docking station. And the third thing that you should find can be very small. You need to look closely for it. It is black. It is a little mouse, and it also has a label on it that you're going to need when you fill out that form. And it's another one of those X100 labels, so we know which mouse you have. This mouse is a wireless mouse. It's actually a Bluetooth wireless mouse. It does not have the dongle included in it, which is one of the reasons why we did that, because we find that sometimes we plug a dongle in and we forget where we plugged it in, and we forget to take it with us, and then the mouse is no longer usable. As a Bluetooth mouse, you just Bluetooth it to whatever device you want to use it. So you can Bluetooth it to your laptop. You can Bluetooth it to your View board if you happen to have one of those. And you can take it with you and Bluetooth it to a device if you're using at home. They are labeled and ready for you to go. They have, you may have a tab on the back that you need to pull that is going to activate your battery that's already included in it. So if you haven't had that pulled out, you need to do that. There are some of these mice that when we put them in, we did pull the tabs, others we did not. Once you pull the tab, push this button down at the bottom, and a red light should blink, indicating to you that it is ready for you to connect it to your laptop. So then you have to go into your settings in your laptop and connect it. I will be showing you that in a few minutes, how to do that. All right, so the first thing you need to do is locate where your tech box is, and that has your 3 pieces inside of it and your monitor. Most of them were in a designated area that you were told to put in last fall. If you don't know where that is, ask someone. They have all been pretty much left in there. There are a few buildings where we had to change the location of those boxes, so you can ask your principals. They know where it is. All right, so we've got a power strip, docking station, wireless mouse, and a monitor. All of these were requested by teachers and principals to help make your day run more efficiently, to make things a little better for you in regards to connecting up to whatever your display is and being able to show the students something, but also be working on something that you want to plan on doing later in the day, or you need to check on an email without them seeing that, or without you having to disconnect and reconnect. So the next part of the video will show you how to get this equipment set up. So first, make sure you locate it. For For this part of the video, you're not going to see much of me. I really want to focus in on the equipment and so that you can see very clearly what you need to do. So to start out with is you need to determine where you want to set this all up. Is it going on your desk? Is it going on a table? Where in your room is the best place to put this equipment? The first piece would be to take your monitor. On the back of your monitor, you will notice down here are your plugins. So this side is where you will find your HDMI, an HDMI cord. I didn't mention that in the earlier piece, but you should find either a bag or possibly sitting loose a power cord and a HDMI cord to go with your monitor. So that's the first thing you need to do. If you need to lay it down, make sure you find a flat area so that you don't scratch your screen. So that you can concentrate on what you need to do. So like I said, they're either in plastic bags. So there should be two cords, your power cord and your HDMI cord. So take your HDMI cord and over here on this side, find your HDMI connection and plug that in. The other piece of this will then go into your docking station. So you're going to find your HDMI section on your docking station and put that into one of those ports. Okay. Your power cord, obviously, is also on the back. It is on the other side here, and it is a 3-pronger. You just need to make sure it goes in the right way. Make sure you push it in completely, and you plug it into your new surge protector or wherever it is that you are going to be using. Like I said, we're encouraging you to do that. Once you have that all set up, obviously pick up your ViewSonic. If you notice, it is also a ViewSonic. It matches with the ViewSonic boards that we have. On the back are all of your buttons. We're typically used to our monitors having the buttons towards the bottom or in the front of it, but these are in the back, and it's the power button is the actual bottom button here. So you can push the power button and make sure that your power strip is turned on. And when you push that power button, there is a little blue light. You can probably see it on the video, a very small blue light where I'm pointing here. The screen went to ViewSonic for me, and now it showed the ViewSonic symbol, and now it said on the screen, no signal. That's because I don't have it plugged into any kind of a device. All right. Remember then also with your new cords, or your new pieces of equipment, you're going to take your power cord for your laptop and you're going to also plug that in there. I'm just going to move that all on the floor so it's out of my way right now. The other end of your power cord, remember I told you there is a little USB-C in port that has a picture of a plug. That is what you're going to plug that into. And if it's in your power strip's turned on, then when you plug this device, when you take the actual docking station, as you can see, lots of cords to deal with. You're going to have to figure out what's the best way for you to handle the cords. And of course, depends on which side you prefer your monitor on. I usually do mine to the right, which then means my docking station has to be placed just right behind here. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to set it behind here. But if you remember, all your USB-Cs are over on the left side of your laptop. There are 2 USB-Cs. The first one, the one closest to the back side of the laptop, is your charging one, which will do a fast charge. But this docking station is a peripheral piece of equipment, something that you're connecting to it. And typically you would plug that into the next one. So not the furthest one back, the one closer to the front, and I would plug into there. I just turned my monitor on, or my laptop on. You notice my monitor is not picking it up. It will not usually pick it up until I have logged in. And once I log in, which I was already logged in, I was just on my sleep mode. If you notice, I am now showing 2 screens. I have my monitor and I have my desktop. If you notice, mine are not matching. because I have mine set up to do what we call extending our screens, which means one thing can show up on my laptop, another one on my monitor, which is what most of us are going to want to do. How do you make that happen? Because a lot of you, when you get in there, are going to find that you will not see this. You will not see it different. It will be duplicated, and you need to change that. To do that, you go down in the bottom of your screen and you find either your little looking glass, your little magnifying glass, which means your search, or you may have a little box bar actually at the bottom of your screen where you can do a search. And what you're going to want to do is search for um, extend or duplicate. You can use either one of those words, or display will also help you. And what will come up on your screen, it will say, and I'm going to move us just a little bit closer that hopefully you can see it a little bit better what's going on my screen. So you will see, it will say duplicate or extend to a connected display. I'm going to click on that. Now, how this all shows up may be different based on whether you have Windows 11 installed on your laptops or whether you're using Windows 10. It looks a little bit different in each. But if you notice, it took me to this display section of my system, and it is showing right now that I have two displays. Now, I know typically when I'm going to work with this part does not show up immediately on my screen. A lot of times it has me down in another area, and you just have to scroll up to see this. What it's showing is 1 and 2, and they're side by side. Underneath, I can hit the word identify, and when I hit identify, the 1 and 2 go on to the two displays. I'll do it again. Identify. This is number 1, that's number 2. If you notice, the way my screen is set up, 1 is to the left, 2 is to the right. That is the correct way. I can grab these and move them around differently. I might have number 2 over here and 1 over there. This is number 1. You notice it's backwards. You don't want it backwards from each other, because then when you go to move your mouse from one screen to the next, you will be confused because your mouse will want to actually go the opposite direction. So make sure your two displays are lined up the way that you have them set up on your desk. Now, some people do like to put their monitor up higher. They like to have it up a little bit higher so it's actually above instead of side by side. You can do that. You just need to make sure that you move your displays so they're on top of each other. So wherever you are, you want to set up so your displays are set the way that you have them going. All right. And then make sure once you have them the way you want that you tell it to apply. Now, in this particular laptop version, you will notice over to the right, it also will say extend these displays, or I can choose to duplicate them. So if I say duplicate, it puts both of them to show the same thing, if that's what you want to do. It gives you a chance to look at it and say, yes, that's what I want. And you can say either keep it or revert. Revert means that you will go back to what it was doing. Okay, and in this case, it's extending. So if you're on duplicate, you want to tell it to extend these screens, and it will extend your two screens for you. All right. You can also have some other options, show only on 1 or show only on 2, which means that your other screen would be black. It wouldn't show anything, and you don't want that. So it's extend or duplicate, whichever you choose. And you're going to want to make sure that you keep that you apply those things. If there's other things about your monitor or your display that looks different and you don't like the way it's looking, you can page through here and change how big the words are, the resolution that you're doing, the display orientation can be landscape or portrait. Well, in this case, we definitely want landscape. That's the way that your new monitors are set up. So that is how you would connect everything up. You're going to start by connecting your monitor, plugging in, making sure that it turns on, connecting it then to your mouse or to your display port and your docking station. I'm sorry, I keep giving different words here. The docking station you can pick. So like I said, if you have other things, you can also plug them into this docking station, and all of that will work with these two screens. If you notice, I close my laptop. I have mine set to go to sleep when I close it. So therefore, the monitor also went to sleep for me, but it did not shut off. You can also at night when you disconnect from it, as soon as I pull out my docking station, say I want to take my laptop home with me, the screen will go black, but the light is on. It did not turn it off. You can choose to turn it off, or you can let it stay in standby mode. And as soon as you come back, because what if you're doing this during the day? I had to go to a meeting. Now I'm coming back and I want to use my desk again and I want to plug into my monitor. You will hear the beeps, the ding sounds that come up saying that it is reconnecting us. It takes sometimes a little bit, but you notice it went right back to having those set up, and it's set up the way that I want it set up. So I can be doing something over here. I could check my email here, and I could be showing something over there that I'm working on that I need to type on. In the next part of the video, we'll talk about how can I now connect this to my TV or my view board and use all three pieces at the same time if you want. Now that you have your monitor connected up and your docking station put onto your laptop, the final thing that you have to connect would be your Bluetooth mouse. In order to connect a Bluetooth mouse, you need to start by making sure that your mouse is turned on. On the back, there is a button down here that you need to push and hold in until you see a red flashing light. The red flashing light means it is ready to be paired. In some cases, if you do that while your laptop is on, your laptop will automatically see it and a message will pop up down in the corner here that says a Bluetooth mouse has been discovered, and you can choose to connect it right away that way. If that does not happen after the light is blinking red like mine is, then you need to go down and do a search again. If you remember, either there's a search bar down here or you pop on your little magnifying glass and you type in just Bluetooth. And that will bring up for you the Bluetooth and other devices settings. You click on that. When you go in, you need to make sure, number one, that Bluetooth is discoverable. It has to be on. It could possibly be turned off on your device if you've never set anything up Bluetooth. So make sure that that is on. Another thing you will see on your screen is that you want to add a device. So when you click add device, you're going to choose the Bluetooth because this is a Bluetooth mouse. And what should happen is if your light is blinking red, it will notice the mouse there and you will be able to use the mouse and connect it. So you click on that mouse and it will automatically connect. After that, you will be ready to go. It'll say your device is ready to go and your mouse will be activated on your screen. Simple as that. So make sure that you pair your Bluetooth mouse.